we appreciate you coming to the show today, man. Again, we just want to kind of catch up with you. We know you're going on year 17, and you're the grandfather of the NFL right now. How's the journey been? Because again, going into year 17 is way different than going into your first couple years. How's this journey been for you?
It's been great, man. I think as a child, you always you grow up and you emulate guys like yourselves. Obviously, working with you every single day. When I was a child in training camp and forging that relationship, seeing with the hard work and being a 7th round pick from Langston and having to fight and scratch for everything that you had. And I remember just so happy for you when you got that contract down in Jacksonville, man, seeing you out there. And so, I mean, like those type of relationships, those are the memories that I had as a child, and be able to see you guys work the way you worked up close and personal really gave me a like a once in a lifetime perspective, because it was something I really wanted to do. And most kids grow up and they want to do this or they want to do that, but they don't get a chance to actually see it. It would be like a child being able to watch your dad as an orthopedic surgeon go in there and do knees and like get that in-person experience. And that's what made it so unique for me. But it also was an eye-opener because I knew if I wanted to play at this level, this is the standard. This is John Randall every day coming to work, Chris Doman, Matthew Hatchett, Randy Moss, Dante Culpepper, Robert Smith. I mean, these are the guys that I had to emulate. This is the work ethic that I had to see. And then obviously getting a chance to watch T, do his thing, in San Francisco and Philly and Cincinnati and Baltimore. I mean, those are the type of things I always dreamed about doing and emulating you guys.
Mm-hmm. So again, you're kind of like the bigger receiver, and right when you were coming in the league, that's kind of they were transitioning over. Who was some of the guys outside of the Viking receivers? I tell T all the time, like we were the big receiving core, but like who are some of the guys outside of the Vikings receiver core that you looked at and kind of emulated your style after?
Well, being a ball boy, I got a chance to watch it up close and personal. So I always loved like Herman Moore. Herman Moore was 6'5". He can go up and attack the football. And, Antonio Freeman was really crafty up in Green Bay. I really like Keyshawn Johnson down in Tampa. I got a chance to see all those guys twice a year. And
JJ Stokes.
JJ Stokes.
Long guy. Long, rangy.
Guys. And T, I mean, you somebody I always emulated too. Man, I feel like you always played the game with such a terrific passion and desire, just so competitive in everything that you did. You took great disrespect for somebody trying to step up to you, impress you, and I love that competitiveness. And I told you this a while ago. I mean, all the great plays that you made throughout your career. I mean, I think the one play that you made for Garrison Hurst when you blocked for him for like 60 yards down the field, just bring his touchdown. Exemplified, I think, your true football character, because a guy who was selfish and didn't care about his teammates wouldn't put it all on the line for something that wasn't only going to be beneficial to him. So those type of plays really stick out to me. I mean, everybody remembers the catch up the seam, against
Giants,
the Packers.
The Packers.
Packers one. Okay.
Packers. Like those type of plays. Obviously, those plays go down in history as some of the best ever be made. In the playoffs and the implications behind it. But like those are real grit plays that I remember on that block, and those are the things that I remember and I always try to emulate.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Going into your 17th season, as Hatch mentioned, what are your expectations? Like, do you going into your 17th season? Do you obviously you have a young quarterback in Kyler Murray going into a second year? You now have another threat on the other side of you in DeAndre Hopkins. What are your realistic expectations going into this season? Because like I said, you've been to the Super Bowl once. I've been there once. We both came up short. Like, are there realistic expectations that you guys can, number one, get to the playoffs and then really compete for a championship, the Super Bowl?
Well, I mean, you look around the league, the National Football League, the teams that are able to compete at a high level, you see that are playing deep into the playoffs, all have prolific passers, right? You look at the Green Bay Packers playing deep into the playoffs last year. Look at the San Francisco 49ers with the maturation process, Jimmy Garoppolo playing deep into the playoffs. You look at Lamar Jackson. You look at, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs. These teams are playing deep into the playoffs. Seattle Seahawks. I mean, these guys, because they have prolific passers, and we got a dynamic young talent in Kyler Murray that's going to be unbelievable for years to come. He's the rookie of the year, and it's only going to continue to get better and better, develop a voice and become a good leader in our locker room. And, we're surrounding him with great weapons, continue to improve in our offensive line. We got a great two really dynamic backs, and obviously our receiving core got a lot better with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins. I'm really excited about our team expectations from a personal standpoint. My expectations for myself never change. The older you get, people's expectations of you change because they think as you get older, there's things that you can't do. But I look at myself as a more complete player than I was when I was, 25 or 26. I can do more. I can still go outside and I can still run routes. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I can still go outside the numbers and run routes and win. But now I can go inside and I can do things that I never was able to do when I was in my prime. I felt like going inside was disrespectful because I couldn't. And not so much easier to get catches inside if you're able to recognize and read defenses, to understand fronts and see what teams are trying to do to you. I mean, before the plays even called, I can look at the safety, I can look at the hand signals and tell what coverage I'm getting. It's quarters. Okay, we got the sail route. This is going to be easy. Make sure you stick them out breaking route. It's going to be, I know this before the snap. And so I'm a much smarter player. I know how to block much more efficiently and effectively. And so, it's just a completely different game for me now. Things I've slowed down, but the game is slowed down as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a mental game now. And again, you guys, of course, I don't want to leave out your boy Christian Kirk. Again, he's a dude too. So for you guys have three receivers who can really go get it. But now you're not the number one. You know what I'm saying? Well, you're the number one because it doesn't change in your mind. You're the number one, but you have a guy on the other side of you that is what you were doing in your prime, and you've never had that. Is there going to be any change as far as how you look at that, though?
No. I'm elated to have somebody who can go out there and win one-on-one matchups individually.
It just helps you out.
Yeah, I know there's going to be times in the game where he's going to be double teamed and triple teamed, trying to take him away. There's going to be opportunity for other guys to step up. I'm at the point in my career where it doesn't really matter, who gets the reception. I just want to go out there and win. I want to be able to compete. I have catches, I have yards, I have touch. I have every individual accolade that you could personally want. Now, as T said, we played in the Super Bowl, but I don't have anything to show for it.
Here we go, baby.
Quarantine.
Here we go, baby. Get
Quarantine.
your
Quarantine.
popcorn. Get your
Quarantine. Quarantine. Ah!